Recently, I platinumed LEGO Marvel Superheroes, and in that video, I said this. Anyway, if you want to see me platinum more LEGO games in the future, then you're in luck. I will be platinuming LEGO Marvel's Avengers and LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 this year, and probably suffering in the process. To continue with that journey, I am platinuming and 100%ing Released in 2016, LEGO Marvel's Avengers was the next LEGO game to be set in the Marvel Universe. However, this game took straight from some iconic MCU movies that I will mention shortly. With 71 trophies between the main game and the 6 DLC packs, this was going to be one of my biggest LEGO Platinum grinds that I've ever done. LEGO Marvel's Avengers story is entirely made up of the stories from the Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron, as well as some levels being based on Captain America the First Avenger, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Thor the Dark World, and Iron Man 3. This game's 15 levels contain all the iconic scenes from these movies, and it definitely was fun to see these references now that I've watched all these movies. Except for Age of Ultron, since that was the only MCU movie I hadn't watched at the time of playing this game.
You serious?
Before anyone gets mad at me, I just watched it this past weekend, but at the time of playing the game, I hadn't. Overall, this game's levels were really fun to revisit after all these years of not playing the game. I think they are better than the first game when it comes to the structure of the levels, but when it comes to the variety of characters and abilities, I still think LEGO Marvel Superheroes does a better job. One thing this game definitely was not prepared for was 2026 brain rot, because just look at what Maria Hill says at this part of the game. Oh no, Tom, I forgot. I think we have to save the civilians first. But I was like, I remember the level itself.
Lifeboats 6, 7, and 8 are ready to be loaded
up. Whoa! Hold. What did you say? I am so sorry for showing that, but my reaction to that part made it worthy of making it into this video. As usual, the trophy list for LEGO games contains trophies for beating every story level, so here are all of those. I also earned 2 miscellaneous trophies during the story, one for earning True Avenger in a level, and one for transferring from Banner to Hulk.
I guess this means...
Now that the story is done, it is time for all the cleanup for 100%. Unlike the previous game, all the red bricks are unlocked in free play with the Collector's Fetch quest, so I'll be starting this cleanup stage by 100%ing all 15 levels. This required getting all 10 mini-kits, the red brick, and the Stanley and Peril found in each level. Since I didn't have access to the detector bricks yet, I put up my trusty collectible guide and easily flew through the stage, which also allowed me to earn trophies for turning on every red brick. Now I just have to activate all the extras. Going nowhere. And viewing all mini-kit comic pages.
And communication experts. Which sure is why SHIELD is considered a terrorism.
14. Perfect Panopictographist. I also got a miscellaneous trophy here for playing as Vision on both characters. The last stage of this cleanup, before starting the DLC, is gathering every collectible from all 8 open worlds. Yeah, you heard that right. 8 open worlds. These open worlds are mainly smaller areas that are taken from areas explored in the movies I mentioned earlier, and they all have a few of each type of collectible. I'll talk about the various types of collectibles before I move on to Manhattan, which is the largest of these 8 open worlds. LEGO Marvel's Avengers has a lot of the same collectible types as LEGO Marvel Superheroes. There are land and sky races, character side missions, gold brick puzzles, Stanley scenarios, and more. The one thing I do like about the land races in this game is that you can do literally every single one of them with a speedster character such as Quicksilver. Also, the flying controls in this game are not janky at all, so those flying races were extremely easy. My only complaint with this game is the lack of a mini-map. This isn't a major issue for the smaller areas, but Manhattan definitely was a bit frustrating without it. Anyway, I got a few trophies during the process of cleaning up these areas, so here's a small montage since I don't want to talk about them all. Before moving on to the final area of the game, there's one character I want to highlight that I found out was playable during the cleanup process, and that is...
Although, if only there was islands somewhere where you could run free with all dinosaurs. Anyway, thank you for helping us.
Okay, Jurassic Park reference. Yeah, we got the... Wait a minute, now hold up. Wait a minute. Pause. I need to see this in action right now. Game of the year. Absolute cinema. I can play it and you can jump. Pete. Top tier. That's right. A whole dinosaur straight out of Jurassic Park. Okay, enough with that. Let's finish this cleanup. By the way, you can tell that Manhattan is where they dump pretty much every collectible in the game because look at this. 140 gold bricks alone in this one area. There are so many collectibles that I didn't even bother recording most of this cleanup. I think my favorite part of this area was the Agent Carter side missions. Yes, they got a bit repetitive by the end, however they were really unique compared to any other side mission in the game. Agent Carter's side missions took you back in the past during her days as well as an agent. The cool part is how they turn the screen black and white. I thought that was a nice touch. Most of the other side missions in this game were just fighting enemies, escorting characters, or literally fetching anywhere from 5 to 15 items that are scattered across the entire city and returning them to the character who provided the quest. I think you can understand how boring that was. During this section, I earned basically every remaining trophy in the game, so here's another trophy montage.
I had my doubts about you, but you've really stepped things up a notch lately.
Who the his?
I'm back from beyond the grave.
Agent Roberts is once again awarded Agent of the Month for his...
Cardiff, England, or Glasgow, England?
Anyway, after a few hours of cleanup, I finally reached 100% completion and was able to earn a trophy for visiting every hub location in one sitting. And another trophy for playing as Tony Stark and Harley Keener in any level besides level 9. You might be wondering where the 100% completion trophy and the platinum are. Well, I'm saving those for after the 30 DLC trophies, so let's dive right into those. All of the DLC trophy lists are structured the exact same. Each DLC pack contains 5 trophies, 3 of them being related to finishing the level, and the other 2 being miscellaneous. I'll talk about the DLC levels and my thoughts on them before talking about the trophies. First up is the Masters of Evil. This level is a retelling of the 1963 comic book where Baron Zemo and his team of villains lure out the Avengers. I definitely didn't look that up to see what this level is based on. Anyway, this level is fairly short, especially on a cleanup playthrough, and it basically just involves unleashing a few canisters of a chemical called Adhesive X over New York. There are also 2 mini boss fights against Iron Man and Thor featured in this level. I thought it was a pretty fun level, even with how short it was. Keep in mind that I haven't read the comics that most of these levels are based on, so I'm going into these having no idea what they are about, unless the level's based on a movie. For completing this level, I got a trophy for finishing it, and also completing it while achieving True Avenger. A sticky situation! And worthy of a true Zemo. The other trophy related to finishing the level is for finishing it with all mini-kits unlocked. There it is. Meet the Masters of Evil. Now don't do what I did and get all 10 mini-kits and then save and exit. You have to play the level from the beginning all the way to the end. These 3 trophies are also on the other DLC packs, so I won't cover them again. The final 2 trophies for this DLC pack are for playing as Enchantress and Executioner in Asgard. Who's Executioner? That guy. Didn't Odin banish you two? And for defeating 20 enemies as Dane Whitman's Black Knight in free play. But now that I'm trying to fight them. There it is! The Black Knight lives again! The next DLC level is Classic Captain Marvel. This level involves Captain Marvel and Captain America saving New York from being crushed by Jan Rog, and also fighting pound cakes in a park. It's a bit longer than the previous level, but it definitely was more interesting to me. I did think this level was a bit more boring to replay through for the mini kits, but it was definitely a lot of fun on the first playthrough. Here are the trophies for finishing the level with the various requirements. The enemy within! Let's go. Carol Corpse candidate. Earth's mightiest hero! The miscellaneous trophies this time are for playing as Tick and Hawkeye. I can't find the characters I'm looking for. Oh, they're right here. Okay, Tick and Hawkeye Classic. Tick team up. And for flying Captain Marvel's Sky Cycle in Manhattan. Captain Marvel's Sky Cycle. There it is. I was like, excuse me, where's my vehicle at? Now we just hop on in. Sky Cycle style. The next DLC is definitely my personal favorite of the 6 DLC packs. This one is the Ant-Man level. I love the Ant-Man movies, so when I found out this level is based on the movie, I was definitely excited to see how they did this level. It starts off with Luis recapping the events leading into where this level starts. The whole level takes place in the PIM laboratory, and the goal is to stop Darren Cross from selling the Yellow Jacket technology. Overall, I definitely loved this level, and it was the one I had the most fun with, even on the repeat playthrough. Here's the trophies for finishing the level. Pick on someone your own size. Heroes don't get any bigger.
No.
I know a guy. The miscellaneous trophies for this pack are for playing as Ant-Man and the Wasp. So, Ant-Man, Hank Pym, and the Wasp, which I think the Wasp is a playable character in the main game. Okay, no. Janet Van Dyne. Where is she? Oh, she's right there. Tales to Astonish. And for writing Anthony is Ant-Man Scott Lang. Anthony. Hold up, I need to see what else this thing can do. Oh. Oh, we can fly. Absolute cinema. Loki might be better than the dinosaur. Just, no. Nothing beats nothing beats the dinosaur. Please don't drop me this time. Next is the Black Panther DLC. I thought this was based on the movie until the level literally started. This level was actually based on the Black Panther origin story, where he plays Black Panther and Shuri. The goal here is to save their mother from Claw. Just mentioning Claw's name makes me annoyed because of that boring boss fight. This boss fight was literally just attacking Claw a couple of times, watching him hide behind a force field for probably a minute, and then repeating the process. Easily the worst boss fight in this entire game for me. This level as a whole wasn't the best for me because of the length, but the story was definitely interesting. As usual, here's those trophies for finishing the level. Who is the Black Panther? And King of Wakanda. The most dangerous man alive. The miscellaneous trophies for this DLC are for completing a race in the hub using Black Panther's Sky Cycle. This went about as expected with my driving skills. This is gonna be a bit chaotic, probably. But I'm sure it'll be fine. And I'm gonna do it as Black Panther just in case. Yay! Does the trophy say I have to do as Black Panther? No, it doesn't have to complete anyway. I'm gonna do as Black Panther just in case if that's like a secret requirement. Bro, do not drive off into the ocean, please. Oh, it's so fast. Oh dear. Luckily, great start. Great start. Run it back. This is gonna be great, isn't it? That angle is horrible. Okay, no, we're good. Wait, I forgot we had to cut over. Oh! That was close. I think this race goes on for a little bit. I should not have picked this one. I should have picked the flying ones. I feel like would have been even worse. Nice. This is why I don't use vehicles. And now I actually have to complete it. I can't just like purchase, like, play the race. Oh, the race. Quick as a cat. Let's go. I love how that fire hydrant just immediately went flying the second I hit it. The other trophy is for defeating 20 enemies as Killmonger in the Black Panther level during free play. Like, Hawkeye doesn't have the trophy at all. Bye. There it is, Panther's Rage. The second to last DLC is the Doctor Strange DLC. This time, I took a different approach and did the miscellaneous trophies first, so I'll cover those now. The first ones are finding a way to freeze Dr. Voodoo in free play in any area of the game, which based on that description, made me think that I'll need to do something specific, so I decided to try out various characters with freeze abilities and... Ooh, it's kinda cool. So, can I just do this? Yeah, that wasn't hard at all. The second trophy is for setting both characters as Baron Mordo and Dormammu. I'm at it. I thought it was gonna be like something a lot, something I have to go out of my way. Danger from the Dark Dimension! The Doctor Strange level also doesn't follow the movie story. It instead follows what I assume is another comic book story, where Doctor Strange and Clea fight Mordo and Dormammu throughout the Sanctum Sanctorum and the Dark Dimension. This level was another favorite of mine because of the dimension swapping concept, which is basically a mechanic from older LEGO games that was used when you play as two characters who are separated in different locations. I just felt a bit of nostalgia seeing that mechanic return. The level itself was pretty fun, and I loved all the different ways that Clea would attack Dormammu to stop him from giving Mordo power. Here's those trophies for finishing the level. Strange Tales. And Sorcerer Supreme. Master of the Mystic Arts. The final DLC level is the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. level. I've never seen the show, so I didn't get any of the references here. I know, the show is not new at all, but I haven't seen it. Don't get mad at me. It is based on the events of the last 2 episodes of Season 2, so I didn't pay much attention to what's going on in the level, so I wouldn't get spoiled too much on what happens. Overall, this level was pretty fun, and I did enjoy the part in the intro where it literally gives you a spoiler warning as a last chance to exit the level before getting spoiled on the episodes. However, as I wasn't about to watch 2 full seasons of a show to catch up, I ignored it. Here's those trophies for finishing the level. Afterlife Ambush. We are not agents of nothing. And a part of something bigger. The final 2 miscellaneous trophies are for setting both characters to Leo Fitz and Gemma Simmons. I'm gonna do those. Gemma Simmons. Oh, this one. I'm engineering, she's biochem. And for also flying the bus as Agent Melinda May. Oh, that's a huge vehicle. That is a huge vehicle. Alright. And just need you to drive the bus. Completing this DLC meant I could finally get my platinum. Before I show that platinum pop, I just want to give my thoughts on the game as a whole. The game itself was a lot of fun, and I think I had more fun with this than I did with LEGO Marvel Superheroes. Don't get me wrong, Superheroes is peak, but there are so many quality of life things in this game that made it a bit more enjoyable. This time, I'm also bringing in a tier list ranking for these games, so I can have a proper ranking of the LEGO Marvel games. I'm going to put both games in S tier, simply because I just love both of them, and I have so many memories from my childhood with these games, that I can't see myself putting either of them lower than that. Where will LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 fit on this ranking? I guess you'll just have to wait and see. Now, onto that Platinum trophy. Yep, here it is. Platinum in Wait, no, hold on. Wait, we have to pull a fountain. I'll do it myself! Peace at our time! Party time! Thanks for watching the video. I hope you had fun watching my journey to this platinum. If you want to see more, click here to see another fun platinum trophy adventure. And if you want to watch these moments live, follow my Twitch. If you enjoyed this and want to see more videos from me, feel free to leave a like and hit the subscribe button. That's all for this video. I'll see you all next time. Bye everyone!